Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the second candle review of the day. I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. If you missed it a little bit earlier, I shared my thoughts on the Bath & Body Works Starfruit Sangria fragrance. If you haven't watched that particular review, I will link it in the description box down below, but spoiler alert, oh, you guys, it's so good. I think I may have found like my newest Bath & Body Works addiction in terms of a summer candle fragrance. I don't know what it is about that starfruit note, but it speaks to my soul. It is so good. So if you have been wondering about that one, I would say go get it. Go get it without a doubt. It's absolutely delightful. Just really, really authentic and delicious. In this video, we're going to be talking about another fragrance that I picked up during that last haul that I shared, and this is Raspberry Rosé. Now, when I uploaded that haul, a couple of people mentioned that this was a repackage of Raspberry Mimosa. I actually reviewed Raspberry Mimosa 3 years ago, but I have to admit that like I don't really remember all of the nuances from that particular candle. I did watch my video back and they sound almost exactly the same for the most part. So I will say if you are afraid of this one being boozy, I can assure you that it is not. I didn't think that the Raspberry Mimosa was necessarily really boozy either. So if that's a concern for you, I am here to ease your mind. I normally don't like re-reviewing candles, but with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm just really loving this particular scent and I wanna spread the good word about this one. I've had a good experience with the overall burn quality. The strength and throw is pretty darn good. In fact, I think the strength and throw of this one is a little bit better even than the Starfruit Sangria. So if you've been wondering about it, I just, I want to let you know, go get it. No pressure. If you're not in the market for any candles right now, obviously skip it. But if you're in the market for a good raspberry scent, this one is mwah, chef's kiss. In fact, if you picked up the Kringle Raspberry Jam and had an absolutely atrocious experience with that one like I did, but you're like desperate for a delicious raspberry scent, I would say go get this one. It is what I wish Raspberry Jam from Kringle would have been. But for some reason that one just smelled so funky and off. I don't know what happened, but it was not great. Anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and dive through Raspberry Rosé here. There is, by the way, a $13.95 candle sale that I think started today. Don't quote me on that. It could have started yesterday, but if you have a coupon, it's a pretty decent sale. I prefer $12.95, but I guess $13.95 isn't terrible, especially if you have a coupon on hand. So let's go through the fragrance notes. We'll talk strength and throw and then overall burn quality, and we'll wrap it up. All right, you guys. So they say that Bath & Body Works, Bath & Body Works says, here we go, that this smells like a sweet, refreshing, happy hour fave. So the fragrance notes are chilled rosé, sweet raspberries, and pink sugar. Okay. I'm a fan of rosé during the summer months. There's nothing better than a chilled rosé, but I don't really like the smell of booze personally. I'm just, I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, I obviously don't mind the smell of it when I am pouring it down my gullet, but I just don't really love boozy notes in home fragrance. And I'm happy to say you're not smelling any boozy notes here. Like, this doesn't necessarily smell like a rosé at all. Really what I'm smelling here is a really lovely mix of a authentic ripe summer raspberry and then a touch of like a candied raspberry as well. If you have ever tasted the raspberry mambas, the candy, I think that this is most what like this particular scent reminds me of, is the raspberry mambas mixed with a definite authentic raspberry note. So it's both candied, but it smells real at the same time. I think it's an interesting mix of the two. This is the way raspberry should be done. And I feel like raspberry scents are kind of hard to come by. You can find a strawberry, I feel, around every corner. Even blueberry. I feel like there's a ton of blueberry scents. There is a ton of pineapple fragrances, but I don't think raspberry really gets as much love, and it should. I think raspberry is a fantastic summertime fragrance. So yeah, if you are looking for a mix of that candied and authentic raspberry, you're gonna find it here. The pink sugar, I think, comes into play just in terms of how sweet this actually is. It is a very sweet, definitely, I would say, feminine type of fruity scent. It smells incredible, you guys. And what I like about this one is that it's very accurate from the cold sniff to the post burn in terms of, you know, what you get from the fragrance. Sometimes when you pick up a candle in store and you stick your nose in it, you might think, oh, I really, you know, like, I love this, but sometimes you light it up and you're like, holy moly. I actually just had this experience recently with grilled peaches from Homeworks. On cold sniff, I thought it smelled almost exactly like farm stand peach, which I love, but then that like grilled peach note, I don't know, it didn't translate for me. So, but yeah, that was an experience of smelling something on cold sniff and then smelling something completely different after it, you know, was finally lit and the flames met the wax. So there was a transformation there that I personally didn't care for. This, if you stick your nose in this in the store, it's gonna smell exactly like that in your home. And I kind of love that. I mean, it just, like, you know what you're getting, right? And that's always a bonus. So in terms of the fragrance, like, I don't have enough thumbs up to give this one. It is fabulous, I love it. I would love more of it this summer. I'm gonna try to refrain, but it's gonna be hard. I do have a feeling that the next time that I get a coupon, I will probably buy at least one backup. I can't buy more than one. Like, I have rules, but I do think that once I finish this one and there's a decent sale and I have a coupon, the Starfruit Sangria and the Raspberry Rosé, at least one more of each of those is gonna come home with me. Great scent, love it. Strength and throw. Okay, so this one is actually performing a little bit better than the Starfruit Sangria. I would put the strength of this at more of like an 8. Like, it's quite potent, it's strong, it is something that is very, very noticeable. It's not gonna be a subtle fragrance. The throw, I would put right around an 8 as well. This has been a really good performer. Usually a strength and throw of 8 or 9 has been the norm for me in the past with Bath & Body Works candles. It's been a little bit more hit and miss with that as of late, but this one is like, it kind of takes me back to like the good old days of Bath & Body Works in terms of the performance. The wicks are the type of wicks that you definitely want to trim between each burn. I feel like this one burns kind of hot, and so the wax dissipates rather quickly, and even if you're just doing a 3 or 3.5 hour burn, you're going to end up with some pretty long wicks. So far so good. I am just past the halfway point. I haven't had any real discoloration in the wax. It's just been doing extremely well. I feel like if this was gonna like futz out on me, that it would have probably happened by this point and I would have already been tempted to like toss it into a crock. I think it's gonna be fine for the remainder of the burn. And I love when I can burn a Bath & Body Works candle from start to finish. Like, that's really my personal preference, if at all possible. So yeah, overall burn quality has been great. Strength and throw is great. The fragrance itself is fantastic. I do think for the most part it is a repackage of Raspberry Mimosa. So if you are looking to try something new, I don't think this is necessarily a new scent, but listen, it's a good one. I think it's worth getting a backup of if you enjoyed that other one in the past. It's a great scent. I'm gonna give you guys an overhead shot. I did just go ahead and light this right before filming this video. Craig is actually home today and we have some errands to run, so I don't even know if I can have this thing pull out completely because we need to take off here, but let me give you guys that overhead shot anyway. Sorry, I'm struggling to get up behind the camera here, but this will give you a pretty accurate, oh, it's almost completely pulled out. That's pretty good. But yeah, you can see here there is, sorry, trying to get out of the way of the tripod. There is no discoloration in that wax. Those flames are nice and tall. These are the Bath and Body Works flames of like the days of yore, I feel like. They kind of dance around a little bit. They're not too tall. They're not too short. They really allow the fragrance to shine, I think. And yeah, I love this one. Listen, if you want to try it, it has my stamp of approval for sure. So give it the old college try, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. If you have this one and you have some thoughts, please share them in the comments down below. Check out the description box for the link to the Starfruit Sangria, as well as where to pick this one up at Bath & Body Works. I appreciate you guys being here. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.